welcome back. The NBA Finals finally start tomorrow, man. Boston Celtics versus Golden State Warriors, which it should be a very, very good series. I'm gonna give you guys just my prediction, my preview, and just looking forward to it, man. It's been a long season, long season. Boston Warriors, but let's go and get into it, man. Let's give you guys my overall prediction. I do want to say I do have Golden State winning. I do have Golden State winning the finals. I'm not going to give it a game. Boston has a good chance of winning the finals as well. I will say it. Boston has a very, very good chance of winning this as well. I got Golden State. And one reason I say it's just the experience. Golden State has been here a lot. They've been here a lot. They've won 3. They should have won 4, but they won 3. Obviously, Steph, Clay, and Draymond going for the fourth ring. But remember the last time Warriors was in the finals, obviously Kevin Durant was there, and Kevin Durant is now in Brooklyn, tearing shit up, just not in the playoffs. It's not his team progressing in the playoffs. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how the Warriors plays out. Their first finals without Kevin Durant, but look how they played that the whole season. Especially in the playoffs, they've been very good. Obviously, the main thing for the Warriors is their turnovers, which they love to do. They have a really, really bad issue with turnovers, and I think a lot of us know that. Obviously, they're only fifth in the turnovers are only 14.8 compared to Boston, who only commits 14, ninth place. But the Warriors can turn the ball over, and we've seen it a lot, especially in the Memphis series. They can turn the ball over just damn near 2, 3, 4 straight possessions, or 5 times in 1 quarter, 6 times if that. And that's going to be the main thing for them. Because Boston is probably the best defensive team in the league. It showed after January 1st. Look at the stats. Look at the analytics. Boston's defense is top tier. But I will get to Boston, but go to the Warriors. I think if they can limit the turnovers, play the way that they want to play, it's going to be good. But to counter that, Boston's defensive versatility is top notch. Obviously, Marcus Smart, defensive player of the year, what he can do. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Robert Williams, all of them can switch possibly 1 through 5. And Boston switches a lot. A lot of the defense is switching, especially on pick and rolls. And I mean, for that is Marcus Smart. I expect Marcus Smart to guard Steph Curry. I expect him to guard Klay Thompson. One of the two, but I most expect Marcus Smart to guard Steph Curry. And I think I looked at numbers, something like that yesterday. I think Steph isn't that great against Marcus Smart. And I won't be surprised if they try to, rough up Steph. Not saying toss him, hit him, but play a lot physical, kind of with what they did with Durant. I expect them to try to just play physical with Steph, possibly Clay as well. Draymond's going to be with it all the time. But I think Boston's defensive versatility is just top tier. I mean, they can put anybody on anybody. We see even going to Al Horford, what he did against Giannis. That's Giannis still 8. But the way Al Horford kind of did a pretty good job on Giannis, made every shot hard. I do think if they had Chris Middleton, probably would be a different series, but it is what it is. But I expect Steph to have possibly win Finals MVP. I expect Clay to be good. I expect Wiggins. He's going to be the X factor. I know a lot of people have said it, but I think Andrew Wiggins is going to be the X factor. Is he going to be good, or is he going to be Andrew Wiggins? Is he going to be Andrew Wiggins? I do like Wiggins, especially this year, but I do think he is going to be very, very key for them. If he steps up, gives them that 16, 17 points per game, we should see. But I do want to touch on one thing regarding both teams is the bench. So obviously, with Gary Payton II coming back, that should be very, very good, especially for defensively, the defensive versatility that he brings as well. I expect him to likely guard Jaylen Brown or Tatum at points. Yeah, I think he's only 6'3", 6'4". Not the biggest, but he's a very, very good defender. Gary Payton II is. Maybe Iggy may play, but he is 38. I don't know. He hasn't played all playoffs. I look at Jordan Poole. I expect Jordan Poole to be good. I expect him to be good. Just Jordan Poole doing good things. I like Warriors bench. 'Cause I feel like you got Otto Porter who can give you a couple. Jordan Poole, we know about him. Even Kamingas came in, has looked decent, and Moses Moody, Damian Elias came in. Um, I gotta give a big shout out to Kevon Looney, man. Kevon Looney's been very good. He's been good. He's been good. If you watch the games, he's been very, very good. Especially on the board. I think he even had like a 20 rebound game at one point. I think that was the Dallas series as well. Um, so I'm really, really expecting that. But I mean, I don't know if Kevon Looney's going to really keep it up, but the way he's been playing, I won't be surprised if he does. But then I look at Boston's bench, and they only go 7-8 deep. Really, Peyton Pritchard, Grant Williams, and I'm missing one. Derek White. Now there have been games which Derek White has looked good, but he's only shooting 27% from three. And my thing with Boston's bench is who's going to be consistent for me off the bench. If you want to play Payne Pritchard, I won't be surprised if the first man he's out there, Warriors is already trying to switch hunt, trying to get him in pick and rolls, trying to get him in actions. I won't be surprised. I look at Derek White. Is he going to make his open threes? Is he going to make his open shots? What are we going to see? A Derek White maybe have a 15, 20-point game off the bench, maybe? Grant Williams. Is he going to have a 20-point game off the bench? Now, am I scared about Grant Williams giving me buckets? Not really. Derek White is sending shots, maybe. But I look at Boston's bench, I'm just not really... Compared to Warriors, I'm just not really feeling it. But I'm not going to say Warriors bench is top tier. But you kind of know what they're going to give you, especially from Jordan Poole, just him himself. But Boston's bench, I mean... I don't know. I'm just just not. I think really just offensively with them off the bench. You know what I mean? But we all know there's going to be at least Jaylen Brown just him out there every time. So their job won't really be have to score. It's going to be either Jaylen Brown or just him off the bench. And going back to Boston, Jason Tatum has had a few games which he's been shit. He's been crap a few games, especially with the turnovers. Jaylen Brown, if he wants to step up, which I think he will, but he can also turn the ball over a lot, especially dribbling into traffic. Al Horford, remember he in Game 6 he make his first three. I think it's like the last couple minutes of Game 6 against the Heat. But Boston's hurt, and I'm not. Yes, they are gonna play through it, but remember Jason Tatum kind of had that shoulder problem. Jaylen Brown will have to kind of have like that knee. Marcus Smart just like his whole leg, I think ankle stuff like that. Robert Williams, he's not 100%, but I don't think anybody is really 100% in this series. But I do like Boston. They could win it, but I still got the Warriors winning this series. But going back to Golden State, I think the offense and I think Game 1 tomorrow is going to be real interesting to see. The first couple minutes is probably going to tell me just how it's going to play out. I wouldn't be surprised if Golden State blows them out Game 1. Just Game 1. Just Game 1. Just kind of like a fill-out process. And then, Friday we're going to be like, oh my God, is it, blah, 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 blah. No. But at the same time, if you get to the paint, in which Dallas, Memphis can do against the Warriors, it can create issues. If you get Kevon Looney in foul trouble, probably got Draymond at the 5. I doubt they're going to play Biagita, how do you say his damn name? Kuminga's probably going to steal some of those minutes. Or maybe they may play GP at the 5 and to have a collective group rebounding effort. But then also, Steph, you can't really attack Steph defensively because he hasn't really been that bad defensively. Jordan Poole, I expect him to try to target defensively. But it should be really interesting. And like I said, against Boston, you can't really target anybody defensively because they're all good. It's the reason they're number one, like, top-ranked defensive team in the league. But it should be a very, very, very fun series. I would think GP does play. I think they say he's expected to play. I think that's going to be pretty key for them. Gary Payton second, I think that's going to be pretty key for them. He's 29 though. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was 29. Jeez, he's older than Kevon Looney and Otto Porter. But that's gonna be very, very interesting just to see how that is. But also going back to Boston, is it gonna be a time in which we see an injury scare with them? Hopefully, no injuries. Hopefully, we don't see any injuries. But I expect them to make the Warriors' offense struggle, make it hard for them. But at the same time, I don't expect the Warriors to fold. I think they're going to. Plus, this is the first finals in the new arena, so that should be very, very interesting to see how that goes. But I think at the end of the day, the Warriors are just going to have enough to beat Boston. And then, cause like I said, I just know Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown's going to have just one of those bad games. You can't have that in the finals. You know what I mean? You can't have that in the finals. I just have a feeling one of them is going to have a shitty game. But the young boys are here going against the seasoned vets. Should be a very, very interesting series. Let me know if I missed anything in the comment section below regarding these two teams. Don't forget to like and sub, and I will see you guys later.